that's a beautiful shot. What's going on, folks? So here we go. We're going to talk about the upper core balance player. But before we do that and unpack it, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, thumbs up or thumbs down. That doesn't make a difference. What does make a difference are your comments. All right, so here we go. But before we unpack this, let me preface it with this. Is it mandatory to employ these keys? No, it's not mandatory. But what it will do is going to raise your statistical data to a point where you can play more fast, more momentum, with more power. So if you can play faster in the golf swing, more momentum in the golf swing, and have more power in the golf swing, it's pretty much a no-brainer, right? Do I have to stop rotary golf, stack and tilt, natural golf, the premium setup? Absolutely not. All these keys are going to help you improve your motion efficiency with whatever system of golf you subscribe to. I wanted to get that out the way right now. Understanding your core balance points is all about your setup. That's what we want. That's what we actually work on. We're working on improving your setup, putting you in a position that's going to be more efficient for you. And then we're going to match up your release pattern. And when I say release, I'm talking about where the trail arm gets straight in the golf swing. So let's talk about some upper balance keys, right? That person normally walks on the ball of their feet. That person will have the narrowest stance out of the 3 core keys. Lower core is wider, middle core is in the middle, upper core is going to be your narrow one, right? I say start at 8 inches and go out to another 8 inches. You got that window to play with from wedge to driver. Okay? Upper core player, they're going to use vertical, and they're going to use lateral power. Vertical and linear, right? They don't use a lot of rotation. They don't need a lot of rotation because upper core players use a lot of hands and arms in the golf swing. There's 2 things I like to tell an upper core player once we measure them and see where they are. I want you to feel like you facing the ball, and then I want you to get up on your toes. Facing the ball, and then get up on your toes. If I get that player up on their toes, what is that? That's the vertical that they use a lot of. One key about an upper core player, a person that doesn't understand balance, they'll say that person is early extending. They're coming off the wall. In reality, they're not coming off the wall. In reality, they're doing what's in their natural balance. They're getting up on their toes. They're getting up on their balls of their feet. So you may call it an early extension. I call it tapping into their core balance points, okay? These are things we need to know. Just like over the top is misdiagnosed, early extension can be misdiagnosed. The upper core player, trail arm is going to get straight in the golf swing sooner than later. Pretty much right after post impact, right at the trail foot, maybe a little bit past, the target side foot. So right at impact, post impact, right at the target side foot, a little bit past the target side foot, that upper core player is coming through, facing the ball and getting up on their toes. The upper core player is going to have, for the most part, the weaker grip. They're not going to show a bunch of knuckles. Can an upper core player play with more knuckles? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We found out that you can play with different knuckles, right? That's not what's the most important thing. What's more important is where they're using their power source. Vertical, linear. So they bump the wall, get up on their toes. Bump the wall, get up on their toes. Face the ball, get up on your toes. Most males are upper court players. When tested, almost 67% of males are upper court players. Upper court players don't utilize a lot of rotation. So that target side hip is not going to open up like a Dustin Johnson, like a Jordan Spieth, and guys like that, like a Ben Hogan, right? It's not going to happen. Lori Davies was an upper court player as a woman. Most women are lower core and middle core. She's a little bit different. She's an upper court player as a woman, but Lori Davies also uses a lot of arms and a lot of hands through the strike zone. So if you feel you're an upper court player, tap into these keys that I've talked about, okay? All right, here we go. I'm gonna use some upper court keys. I'm gonna bring my feet a little bit closer together. I'm gonna loosen my grip, weaken my grip, and I'm gonna feel I'm facing the ball and getting on my toes. Wow, that's a beautiful shot. Is that my swing? Absolutely not. But I was able to tap into the principles of an upper court player and hit a really nice, beautiful ball. So hey folks, practice the keys. Contact me, wristangles@gmail.com, and let me help you tap into your best self. Peace. Keep grinding. Wow, that's a beautiful shot. Is that